I had no problems that required any intervention until 2009. And then I just seemed to run into a lot of health issues where I had to go and see a doctor. And from the doctor, I kept getting referred to specialists. This process went on, and I was going through the money I had. Arriving in America, I wasn't the party applying for permission to live there. It was my wife. I wasn't allowed to work, I wasn't allowed to earn money, and I just had to manage. I started going through it because all the volunteer work that I did in America, I was paying, running the car, gas, and slowly I was going down and down. If we'd had a green card granted, the procedure would have been that I would have been able to claim something called medic aid, but I didn't get the green card, so I couldn't claim it, and I remained on my own pocket. So eventually I saw my income was nowhere near my expenditure, and I stopped going to see some of these people, although I needed the help. I just couldn't afford it. The anxiety was then I might hit a medical crisis, which would send me into hospital. And if the spouse had property, she had the home, so that would have been taken away and sold up. And then we both would have been on the street. After quite some thought, and I knew my two daughters were in England, so I decided, right, that's it. Only problem was, my daughter in London had a small baby to look after. They didn't want me to come and stay with them. So I came down to Bristol to stay with my other daughter, except that the other daughter's setup was very difficult because she had two small children, a partner, and a house with one bedroom and one tiny little second bedroom and one loo. And then I had to come in and occupy the second little bedroom. The children and the other adults were all in one room together. So this was very difficult. It upset the children, and the adults would get ratty. That's what led to my getting depressed. Plus the fact that when I looked at the whole situation, I thought, well, maybe I've made a terrible mistake and I shouldn't have left my wife. Should have stayed there. And at this stage, I didn't have any benefits here. I sort of broke down, and I was very agitated, and I needed some medication. I wasn't coping. I was like on the verge of a breakdown. And I saw various doctors. And one of them said, here, I'm going to put on the computer that you're going to see Francesca. Now, at the time, I didn't know who Francesca was. I thought she was a social worker, allied to the practice. She was very warm, very caring. With the help of Francesca supporting me, I got onto the Department of Pensions, and they sent someone out to interview me there at my daughter's home. DHI helped me by putting Francesca there at the Orchard Medical Centre to help people in distress. She certainly helped me by just providing that support. She was there at the right time in the right place. She just gave me a steadying hand, or as I said to her, she was like a guardian angel. If you put it in context of what I've just told you, the story of my situation, it was very important to get this help and to know that I could turn to someone, and she didn't mind, you know. The problems with the anxiety and the depression cleared up. I managed very well. I've done very well from that point of view. Now that is largely due to Francesca's support and also to the doctor's help, which I was very lucky to get hold of.